You're watching News Mongolia. Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs. MIAT, Mongolian Airlines, a state-owned national airline of Mongolia, signed a memorandum of understanding with UNICEF to support UNICEF's work for children in the country. Through this memorandum, MIAT and UNICEF will work together to promote child-friendly business principles in the airline industry, as well as transporting critical supplies to remote areas during emergencies. MIAT also will provide opportunities to raise awareness and funds through its flights for UNICEF's work in Mongolia. UNICEF works closely with private sector partners to promote and protect child rights in Mongolia through creating joint innovations, promoting child-friendly business, and advocating on critical child rights issues. UNICEF representative Evariste Kwasi-Kalman says, as a leading national airline and national flag carrier, MIAT creates an opportunity to reach every passenger with knowledge of child rights. That's a remarkable example of advocating for child rights. Meanwhile, Mr. Batted, Chief Commercial Officer of MIAT, states that as a state-owned company, MIAT aspires to work for the sustainable development and contribute to development of the country. Civil aviation company Airlines Airways will begin direct flights on the Ulaanbaatar-Prague route next month. The Ministry of Road Transport Development has set the target of cheap and affordable air tickets in the air transport sector and is focusing on increasing the number and frequency of international as well as domestic flights. To make this a reality, Airlines Airways will operate flights on the Ulaanbaatar-Prague route twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays starting from July 10, 2024. Airlines Airways is a member of the International Air Transport Association. In particular, the company received its certificate of membership of the association during the 80th International Air Transport Association Summit held last week in Dubai. A soloist of the Mongolian State Academic Theatre of Opera and Ballet, MoU, received a special prize at the International Vocalist Competition named after Bulbul held in the capital of Azerbaijan, Baku. More than 150 professional opera singers from 18 countries took part in this competition. Soloist of the Mongolian State Academic Theatre of Opera and Ballet, Bue Batar, MoU and concertmaster Ortnasing participated on behalf of Mongolia. This competition was first organized in Baku in 1997 by order of the president and national leader of Azerbaijan, Haydar Aliyev. Subsequently, it grew into a traditional competition of international opera singers named after the famous Azerbaijani tenor pips artist, laureate of the USSR State Prize, Professor Bulbul. The State Second Central Hospital is implementing a project to improve neurosurgical equipment and surgical care. The hospital doctors approached the Rotary Club of Hure with a request to implement this project and decided to jointly implement it within the framework of the International Global Grant Project. As part of the project, precision surgical instruments with a total value of $95,988 were donated. The Rotary Club of Hure in Mongolia, the Rotary Club of Lambaruskaya, 3 Rotary Clubs of South Korea, and 1 Rotary Club of Japan and 2 Korean International Rotary Districts are jointly implementing this project with further financial support from the World Rotary Foundation. The implementation of the project will lead to the introduction of new surgical methods, improvement in existing surgical techniques, and in the quality of medical care, as well as shorten the waiting time for operations. In Mongolia, the average annual incidence of suffering and stroke is about 290 per 100,000 people. At the same time, the mortality rate reaches 49 per 100,000 people, making Mongolia one of the countries with the highest incidence of strokes in the world.